It's my pleasure to welcome you to the opening of this symposium, which has been entitled Emerging Infectious Diseases from A to Z, or EIDA2Z, Emerging Challenges and Opportunities. I'm Ron Corley, and I have the privilege of being the director of the National Emerging Infectious Diseases Laboratories at Boston University, also known as the NEIDL, although those of you who speak German will know that it should be pronounced NEIDL, but that's not the pronunciation that we use. So it is the NEIDL. I'd first like to introduce Boston University's president, Robert Brown. Since becoming president in 2005, Bob has worked tirelessly to help raise the stature of Boston University as a private, international research university. As evidence of this, the university was invited to join the AAU in 2012, which is the group of leading research universities in North America. Bob has worked to set priorities through the strategic planning process that's involved all the stakeholders at BU, and launched BU's first ever $1 billion comprehensive fundraising campaign, which met its goal faster than was originally intended and has now been increased to $1.5 billion. Bob is a chemical engineer by training, an accomplished scientist and educator, for which he's been elected to membership in the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, the National Academy of Engineering, and the National Academy of Sciences. He's a strong advocate and supporter of innovative research that reaches across traditional boundaries, including research on emerging infectious diseases, and has been a strong supporter of the NEIDL since he came to Boston University. I'm delighted to introduce him to you. Bob?
It's really a pleasure to be here and to welcome all of you to Boston University. And for all the residents of Boston that are here, I really appreciate you giving up the second half of the Pats game. Thank you for being here today with what I think is a milestone event in the history of the National Emerging Infectious Diseases Laboratory, the NEIDL. I will not spend the brief time I have with you talking much about the scientific and human health importance of the research on emerging infectious diseases that will be done there, both in the United States and its impact on both the United States and around the world. And I look forward, as I know you do, to the talks by Dr. Fauci and others who I'm sure will make the case much more persuasively than I can. What I'd rather talk about a bit is my view of the opportunity to participate in such critical research in the context of Boston University. In the world of constrained federal budgets and parents and students who question the increasing cost of higher education, modern research universities cannot be all things to all people. They must make hard choices, especially when they focus on research and focus on areas where they can have significant impact. I believe Boston University makes such choices, picking research areas and making financial commitments to them. We are investors, and as the venture capital community talks about it, we are investors with conviction. We have conviction that our research and that of our collaborators in emerging infectious diseases has the potential to make significant contributions to an ever-increasing set of problems in human health. I personally feel that the world is in a race, probably a never-ending race, against organisms, viruses, bacteria, and others that cause these devastating diseases. To be relevant from a societal perspective today, I believe leading research universities must be involved in finding and understanding the pathways of these diseases, finding treatments, and creating vaccines and cures. To be a world humanitarian leader, I believe the United States must play a leading role in combating these diseases, even if they're not presently on our doorstep. But as we all have seen, what wasn't present a decade ago is present today. As a fully integrated biosafety laboratory at the heart of a major research university and located in a hub of biomedical research in Boston, the NEIDL is poised to play an important role in the race against these diseases. As we move forward toward the final critical component, opening the final critical component of the laboratory, the BSL-4 facility, We are committed to assembling a world-class interdisciplinary team of researchers and to work on the most virulent infectious diseases in a state-of-the-art facility with the highest standards of laboratory safety. By focusing on excellence and by crossing traditional disciplinary boundaries between basic life sciences, engineering, medicine, and public health, I am hopeful we can make a significant difference in this race. Your presence here today signifies the importance of the task at hand. All of you, from government foundations and our distinguished academic institutions around the world, as well as other people who have joined us in the audience, understand the dynamics of the emerging infectious diseases that we're studying. And you understand the need for collaboration across borders and among institutions. I am hopeful that the presentations and conversations that will take place during this symposium will lead to even new insights and new collaborations. Finally, this symposium is an opportunity to educate the public about the challenges we face and the importance of the research that we do. This is a vital role of this symposium and all such symposia. In our College of Communication, we offer a program in science journalism. The aim is to prepare journalists who are knowledgeable and can write and report lucidly about subject matter that is both complex and to the public seemingly arcane. When headlines shout about a virus, say Zika or Ebola, it is understandable that people's fears rise and misunderstandings can proliferate. I know this conference will contribute to the better understanding needed by all of us. I'm grateful for all of the commitment of your time and energy to make this symposium possible and the great work of solving the pressing problems of emerging infectious diseases that many of you do. Thank you again for being here.
Before I introduce our keynote speakers, let me just say some thank yous first. First, I want to thank the organizing committee, particularly Jerry Kirsch and Paul Dupre, who's worked tirelessly, particularly Jerry, who's been taking care of more details than you can imagine and responsible for making some of the connections that the NEIDL find important in making this a global public good. So I would like to thank them. And I'd also like to thank Claire Gremble for working tirelessly to try to make this meeting run as smoothly as possible. Thank you, Claire. Finally, a meeting like this can't be done without significant financial support. I want to thank Boston University for its early financial support, but I want to also especially thank Dr. Shirley Klein for her support. She was, after all, the first supporter for this meeting that came forward and is responsible for us to be able to have David Quammen visit us and speak today. So thank you, Shirley. We had a number of other sponsors that have been very generous with their financial resources to help make this meeting worthwhile, so I hope all of you get as much out of it as you possibly can today, and that the next couple of days of the smaller sessions that we're able to make them particularly useful and beneficial to each and every one of us. So I want to thank the Wellcome Trust from London, UK, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the Skoll Global Threats Fund, Burroughs Wellcome Fund, Merck Pharmaceuticals, Takeda Pharmaceuticals, New England Biolabs, Thermo Fisher, and the American Society for Microbiology. Each of these have provided needed resources to make this meeting what it will be.